Hello there, everyone. My name is Caitlin Myers, and this is my post for the Fundamentalist controversy discussion. For my discussion, I decided to research John Frank Norris and his influence on fundamentalism. John Frank Norris's career was unique in that it both had a religious and political trajectory. He wrote for newspapers, preached, and even influenced America's leaders. According to Barry Hanklin's article, The Strange Career of J. Frank Norris, or Can a Baptist Democrat Be a Hankins Article? Be a fundamentalist Republican. Norris's papers are also replete with letters to and from all the United States presidents from 1929 to 1952. He also had correspondence with candidates of the United States presidents from 1929 to 1952. He even contacted ones who did not win presidency and kept in contact with them, as well as other high-ranking politicians. He was, however, a controversial Baptist pastor, editor, and radio broadcaster. He became a prominent leader in the fundamentalist movement, advocating for strict adherence to traditional Christian doctrines in response to what he perceived as the encroachment of modernist ideas. The controversy emerged as a reaction to the growing influence of theological liberalism and the acceptance of modern scientific and historical scholarship within some Christian circles. A key element of the fundamentalist modernist controversy was the debate over biblical interpretation. Fundamentalists, including Norris, defended the belief that the Bible was without error and should be interpreted literally. He saw modernists who were more open to critical scholarship and debating interpretations as a compromise on the foundational tenets of the Christian faith. Norris was known for his fiery rhetoric. He was able to influence a lot of people with his convincing sermons, as well as his writing. His actions did, however, majorly escalate tensions in the Southern Baptist Convention. In 1922, he became the pastor of the First Baptist Church at Fort Worth, Texas. Norris utilized this position and influence to launch scathing attacks against modernists and their influences, both within and outside the Baptist denomination. One famous incident involving Norris was the Temple Lot case. In 1926, he was accused of murdering a lumberman named Dexter Elliott Chips. Newspapers such as the Baltimore Sun would later draw on this to further shame him later on in his political career in an attempt to deface him. The trial captivated the nation, with Norris's untimely acquitted due to self-defense. The controversy surrounding Norris's legal battles added a sensational layer to the heated debate over his methods and beliefs. Furthermore, Norris was a pioneer in utilizing emerging media technologies to propagate his views. He established a successful radio ministry using the airwaves to reach a wide audience and disseminate his fundamentalist messages. This marked a shift in how religious leaders engaged with their congregations and the broader public. It would foreshadow his influential role in media and in shaping the discord for decades to come. Now, a lot of his sermons had end-of-days tones to them. He believed that we were living in the times of Revelations, or at least newspapers like the New York Times aired articles about this. One New York Times article titled "Evangelist Predicts Destruction of City, Doom of New York Hinted in Book of Revelation" says the Reverend J. Frank Norris. And yes, that's the full title. It's rather self-explanatory in what it talks about. To summarize it, though, Norris was taking natural disasters and attributing them to the signs of the end in Revelations. While we now know that he was not actually foreseeing Revelations and the end of days in his time, because we're all still here, it was interesting to see how many people were influenced by his writings to that point. The fundamentalist modernist controversy with figures like Norris laid the groundwork for the formation of distinct theological camps within Protestantism in America. While the controversy eventually died down, its legacy persisted, influencing the trajectory of evangelicalism and broader religious landscapes in the United States. Thank you for listening to my post.